Hello. Today we're going to be talking about the back side of our body. So lower back, glutes, hamstrings, how those all can work together. And we're going to use a new piece of equipment that we haven't yet used, but I like to utilize with my workouts. And it is this nice little circle band. There's lots of different kinds out there. There's lots of different densities. You want kind of a light one just because you don't want to put a super heavy load on it. But also all these exercises can be done without it. I'm going to use the band for the exercises, but just know you can do all of these exercises without the band and get a great workout too. We're also going to go with different levels. I'm going to be in a bent over position on the chair with my hips directly over my knees and my ankles, my flat back, and my hands on the chair. You could also utilize the back of the chair coming down to your elbows, still focusing on that same spinal and leg placement. You're going to want a little bit of a bend in your standing knee, and that's just to help so you don't kick out to the side, because we want to try to keep our weight in the center of our body so that we're not accidentally overloading those outside of those hips. So for first exercise, I'm going to place the band around my thigh, right above my knee, and then I'm going to place my other foot inside the band. I'm going to bring my knees together and I'm going to come forward into my folding over position. Legs straight down towards the ground, little bend in the standing knee, other knee in line with it, belly pulled up and in, long spine. I'm going to be looking, or you will be looking down at your chair. I'm going to have to turn to look at you guys so you can hear me better. So starting right here, we're going to take a big inhale. On the exhale, we're going to press back into that band, straightening that leg behind us, and then resist to bring it back in towards that knee. So it is an active press and pull back. The band is what's giving you resistance. Even without this band, this is a lot of work in that leg if that's where you are at. So don't worry about having to use that band or not. The main focus is going to be that our spine is staying long and straight. This is a great one to find yourself in front of a mirror so that you can check on your posture and check that you're keeping that spine long. Another tip for that would be thinking of your hips and your head pulling apart from each other so that you're keeping that spine long and looking down, directly down at that chair. After I've done my 10 to 12 of those, I'm going to hold that leg out and I'm going to lower it down and lift it up. If you notice, I'm not taking it all the way down to the ground. If I take it all the way down to the ground, this band on my leg is going to roll off of me, reducing all my my resistance. But I'm also not taking that leg up high enough that the bottom of my lower back is arcing as I lift. Last one, hold it up here, and then bring it all the way in. As a reset, I'm going to take that band around my thighs, straighten it back out if it's unstrapped. I really like the bands with a little bit of fabric and elastic on them for that way. They tend to stay better without rolling, but you can use it either way. We're going to take that leg back behind us again. We're going to bend that knee so our foot is up towards the ceiling, and we're going to start to press that foot up to the ceiling. Again, that standing leg is bent just slightly to offer us a little bit of resistance as we move that band, but a little bit of stability in that standing leg, keeping it out of that hip. If you feel it in this hip, you're going to shift your weight back towards the center and then bring it down. We're going to take it directly over into that other leg, moving again first to that foot in the band, knees together, starting with pressing it back and pulling it in. By flexing that foot, we're going to help that lower body, back body, engage, extending it out and bringing it back in. Try not to pull that knee in past that other knee, but just right to it. I'm going to do a couple more here. Again, you're going for 10 to 12, and then start to lower and lift that back leg. You might also notice that one leg has a smaller range of motion than the other one without arcing that back. That is usually due to tightness in your lower back or in your hamstrings. And we usually have one side that is dominant over the other, so that makes sense that we would have one side that was tighter than the other. And then as we come back in, we're going to take that band around those thighs, bend that foot up, and push that foot up towards the ceiling. All the work right back here, pulling it up, lifting it up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to bring those knees down together, and we're going to go into a fire hydrant, taking that band out to the side. This is right there on the outer hip. Again, making sure we're standing up straight and not dumping into that other hip. Not moving through the upper body, pulling that belly up and in, supporting our body, lowering that leg down, and finishing off on that last side. One thing I've noticed as I've been training for quite a few years is that sometimes we have to vary up when we switch sides. So sometimes it's a one exercise and then we need to switch sides. Sometimes you can make it through all of them and then you switch sides. Listen to your body. If it's getting extremely fatigued and you really cannot do another set, rather than sacrifice your form, last one, switch earlier. Go to the other side and come back, and then you can do the other side again when you've had a second to rest. Sometimes just switching side to side will be just enough rest to be able to get back at it. Let me know how it goes, and I'll see you next time.